Hello, and welcome to Goober Tries to Resurrect Dead YouTube channel. I figured, since I was streaming on Twitch fairly regularly, and doing essentially the same 100% walkthrough format for games there that I do here, rather than continue to do it from both sides, I would simply try to use YouTube for shorter, more easily digestible content for things that would either be, not a great stream game or games that I've already streamed. Just have something to watch rather than sitting through a 5-hour VOD of everything. So the first project is 100% walkthrough guide, or not walkthrough guide, 100% boss and item collection guide for Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which is the only game I've ever speedrun. So, let me know how you think, in the comment section below, and we will get started. We will be showing off all area and dungeon bosses, to strategies to defeat them, but as far as regular encounters, dungeon exploration, if it doesn't involve collecting an item, it will just be skipped over so you can explore at your leisure and enjoy the game at your own pace. So yeah, let's get started. Shortly after the game's events begin, you will come across your first boss. Though it doesn't feel like a boss, this is actually quite the hardest battle in the game. It is you versus a Gorgon, and the only strategy here is to attack it and let it attack you. You need to hit it 4 times without a critical to kill it. He needs to hit you like 6 times without a critical to kill it. If he crits you, you are likely dead. If you crit him, you win. If nothing happens, well, you have to see where you end up there as far as that goes. But yeah, that's the first boss of the game. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Shortly into the level forest, we come across this man who wants us to move a rock out of the way. Simply push it, and he will provide you with the first item, a tree wither, which we will use to recruit a new party member in a minute. It's also the first consumable chest you come across. They are the brown chests in the game. These refill every time you leave an area, so you can farm some of them if you want, but it contains the standard cure potion. Cure potion in this game will restore 25% of your HP, basically your level times 10. Walking through the lovely town of Foresta, you will actually come across your first red chest in the game. A red chest is a major item that will not respawn. It can be either an item, a piece of equipment, or a spell. In this case, we get our first spell, the Cure spell. We actually have 4 spells of each type: white, black, and wizard. And Cure spell is our first spell in the game. Okay. Our second item in the game, the consumable item, the first time you come across it is up here in the upper right corner of the level forest, and it is a heal potion, which will restore your status to full, or if you are afflicted by a status ailment. So the second boss in the game is in the level forest, and it is the Minotaur. I do recommend being at about level 3 for the main hero, which involves killing pretty much every enemy in the forest. To do this. He does get substantially stronger when gaining levels. Due to the mechanics of the game, he is the only party member in the game that will gain levels and get stronger. Each party member that you have subsequently will be as strong as they need to be to get through the segment of the plot that they are designed for. But here there is no real strategy except to not miss. And obviously heal when needed. Upon defeating the Minotaur, Kaylee will give you your first weapon upgrade, the axe. The axe is substantially stronger than the steel sword, which is an attack power of 17 at level 3. The axe's attack power of 21, so it is very good, and each weapon of the same type will be substantially better, so there's no need to worry about actually dealing with it or managing equipment. Okay, so this is the first battlefield item you earn in the game, and I'm showing this because I want you to see which battlefield it is. It's the one to the left of the Sand Temple, and also that I have to show you this battle because the reward pops up at the end of the battle. So this is just some poison toads and a lizard, no big deal. Pretty much all the battlefield itself will have a lot of the same enemies. for all 10 of its battles, and once it is over, you will receive the charm. The charm is your first accessory, just adds defensive power, it doesn't do anything out of the ordinary, but that's it. That's the first battlefield item in the game. Early on while exploring the Bone Dungeon, you come across this door. Your partner will blow the door up with a bomb, and then he will offer to sell you the bombs for 30 gold. Just tell him no once, and then he will sell it to you for 15 gold. Saves a little bit of money, but you get the bomb, which is a weapon that is very powerful, always hits all enemies, but, you know, distributes the power equally. In the previous room from where you got the bombs, you came across this skull that you could really do nothing with. However, now that you have the explosives, place a bomb on it, it will explode, and then we can find a chest behind it which contains the Steel Shield, the first shield in the game. Does not do anything important, provides some defense, no status protection, but good shield to get nonetheless. In the Bone Dungeon, you will come across this room, which will contain a brown chest, but it contains the first seeds of the game. Seeds restore all of your MP, all your spell charges, these are very powerful, and we will not be able to get more of these for quite some time. Shortly after the seed, you will come across another of these rooms that contains a red chest, which contains our first black magic spell, Quake. So now we have something to do with our black magic spell charges. At the end of the Bone Dungeon, you will come across the boss, Flamerous Rex. He is, as a undead bone dragon, he is weak to Cure, and probably some other things you don't have access to. Just have your partner throw his ninja stars, and you attack with Quake until you're out of magic, and of course he poisons. And then use your bombs. Helps if, you know, he actually hits the guy. You can attack him with Cure. I would save it for actual healing, since you don't actually have seeds to simply... Of course, he gets put to sleep. It's not a great idea. Really? We'll show one of the more broken strategies of the game. Most of your party members will come with the life spell. If you use a life spell on someone who is alive, it will fully heal them and restore their status. It essentially returns them to top condition. It can also be used as an instant death spell to finish off enemies. It does not work on undead because essentially the trigger for how it works is it returns them to life with full health. When the inverse is, it would turn a monster who is alive to the dead status because it toggles it on or off. This monster already being considered dead, it doesn't have anything to do, so it does not work on him. But you can use it. Kaylee could have used it to defeat the Minotaur boss. Upon restoring the Earth Crystal, Tristram will provide you with the Elixir, which is essentially what you went to the Sand Temple for in the first place. The other item over here that you do not want to forget is the Sand Coin. If you forget this and have to come back for it, you will have to come through this dungeon all by your lonesome. Okay, upon entering Focus Tower, you will come across a room that looks like this. On the left side down here, there will be a red chest. It will contain the Fire Spell, which we will need going forward. Okay, so that's going to do it for the end of part 1 of this video. We have completed the entire first section of the game. If you've done everything you should, your inventory should look something like this here. You should have Cure Potions, Heal Potions. I will show at the end of the video a quick way how to farm those. Probably the fastest way so far. We should have 3 seeds. Do try to save these. You cannot get more of them until way later. You should also have the Tree Wither and the Elixir as key items, as well as the Sand Coin. For spells, you should have Cure, Quake, and then the new Fire spell we just picked up. And for armor, we should have the Steel Armor, which we started the game with, the Shield, and the Charm from the battlefield. For weapons, we should have the Steel Sword, Kaylee's Gift of the Axe, and Tristram having sold us the bombs. There's actually a place to farm bombs in Focus Tower, but it takes too long, so I won't show that because there's probably going to be better places in the next video to farm bombs. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Do please let me know if you enjoyed this, if you found it helpful, if I should even bother to continue. Otherwise, do take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and enjoy your day.